Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have the most famous chiropractor in the whole world, and his name is Dr. Cody. Dr. Cody is from America and he lives in Sydney in Australia. He's also very famous for his crack sessions. So let's see what Dr. Cody has to say. Enjoy the interview. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello.
How are you going?
Good morning, Dr. Cody. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
Thank you so much for waking up on Sunday morning so early for the interview.
Well, I've got a coffee in hand, so we're good to go.
Which coffee you drinking?
I do an oat flat white.
Okay, good. Dr. Cody, before we start the game, just tell me where you're from.
Sydney, Australia.
Cool. And tell me a little bit about your career.
Yeah, so I'm a chiropractor. As soon as I finished, I'm originally from the US, but as soon as I had finished university in the US, I moved directly to Sydney, and I've been here now for just about 12 years.
Oh, and which part of America you come from?
Minnesota.
Right. And what do you miss the most about your hometown?
Of course, it's the people, my family, but it was a really small community, like 349 people. So it was really, really nice. It was just a great sense of community. Like you could just, go for a walk or ride your bike around and you stop and you say hi to everyone. And like, it was a really great sense of community and a great place to grow up.
Cool. And just before we go for the first question, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about your famous crack sessions.
Yeah, I mean, what about them? I mean, it's me setting up a camera and stuff, and my patients being a part of the adjustment, but then showcasing it, and it's gone absolutely crazy. Millions and millions and hundreds of millions of views. It's amazing at the same time, but it's I love it. It never gets old. I think I like the crack just as much as my patients do.
I'll tell you something now. I watched several videos, and I was like, oh my God, I believe that you have more fun than your patients, because the way you interact with them, your expression, you look so happy, and I feel like you are feeling there. When you do the crack, you are the one who feels something, not them, because your reaction is the best. It's amazing.
Yeah, I do love it. I think I truly have the best job for me. This is what I was meant to do. It's great.
Very good. Okay, Dr. Cody, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend's lovely box full of random fun questions, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to play some music just for us to get a little bit in the mood before the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Hi, Dr. Cody, are you ready for the first question?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. The first question is, if you could go back in time, in one moment in your life, what that would be and why?
Oh, I would probably go back to try to undo a moment. Back when I was 17 years old, school got let out early because of a snowstorm. So in Minnesota, we get lots of snow, we get lots of blizzard. We went to school, got let out early. And unfortunately on that day in January, I was driving home and I got into a fairly severe car accident. There was a bad, there was a drift of snow. I didn't see it. My car hit it. It was really icy. And then I ended up flipping the car in the ditch. And luckily I was okay. But yeah, it was a very, very, very scary moment. My mom was very scared when she got the phone call to say, hey, I've been in a car accident. I'm okay, but I'm coming home now. So yeah, I think if I could go back to that and be like, right, let me just drive super slow through this spot, maybe that would have changed things. And then I'd probably still have that 1992 Chevy Lumina.
And so during the time when it happened, so your family were back home and you were going to school at the time.
Yes, my mom was at home, and so yeah, she had called me because she was like, "Hey, the weather's really bad. I know you're on your way home, but just I'll just wait for you to get home before she had to go back to work." And so I was like, "Okay, yep, no worries. I'll take it nice and easy." Yeah, I didn't quite make it home.
Did you get hurt somehow, or just got scary moments?
Oh, it was a really scary moment. Luckily, I mean, I was wearing my seatbelt,
Okay.
and miraculously, as much damage as was done to the car, all I walked away with was a little tiny scar right there, and that was probably for me having to climb out of the car with some broken glass around. That's probably about it. So I was very, very, very lucky.
Very lucky. Good one. Right, let's go for the second question. Cody, just before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about living in Sydney?
One of the main reasons why I moved to Australia was for the weather. It is sunny 300 plus days a year. It's absolutely a beautiful, gorgeous city filled with amazing places to eat and amazing places to see. And the harbor is stunningly beautiful. I mean, just from where I live here in my apartment, I can walk 10 minutes and be at the water. I'm very lucky and fortunate to be in such a beautiful place.
Very good. Second question is, how your best friend describe yourself?
Oh geez, I would like to think that they want to say that I'm, smart and handsome and all these wonderful things. I think a lot of them would describe me more as in business wise, I'm very focused, and I strive for goals. Like I really do go for it. And I would like to think that most of the time that ends in success. I'm sure there's a few failures along the way, but I think for the most part, they see me as, a great loyal friend to them, and I'll do anything for them. But yeah, my life is a bit chaotic at times. It's very busy, but I always put my whole heart into everything that I do.
Very good. So when you moved to Sydney, did you know anyone over there? Do you have friends around there before moving?
I actually only knew the other chiropractor that was hiring me. I did not know a single soul. I didn't know anyone else. But this was the time in my life to do something like that and live abroad if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, if I hated it, I would have just gone back.
That's true. That's actually when I moved to. I'm originally from Brazil, and before moving to Europe, the first time I left Brazil I was 19, and I moved to Portugal. And somebody said the same thing. I remember somebody said to me, "William, you are here. It's okay. If it goes wrong, your country always gonna be there waiting for you. So just take it easy and enjoy the journey." I never forget that.
That's right. I must admit, one of my best mates here is Brazilian, and the first time that there was a big group of us, we all got together, and he made these little tapioca, cheesy, bready balls called pão de queijo.
Pão de queijo.
And they are freaking delicious. They are the best things that I think I've ever had. It might rank as probably right up there as my favorite food.
I'll tell you something now. I just had that last night with some friends around.
Why didn't you share? Come on, send some my way.
They are the best. It's very
so good. They're like,
yeah.
Not like I'm a chiropractor, so you know me as cracking, right? But that stuff right there is crack. It is so good.
Very funny. Let's go for another one. Dr. Cody, before the next question, you always wanted to be a doctor?
Yeah, so even at a very young age, I always wanted to be kind of in the healthcare field. So yeah, it's always been a dream of mine. It's kind of it changed. When I went to university, I was actually thinking about becoming a pharmacist. So yeah, then about 3 years into it, I decided to change courses slightly and go to chiropractic school, and then here I am.
Very good, very good. Next question is, if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
Oh, Iron Man. Iron Man would be the most amazing thing in the world. I love Iron Man. There's a little bit of arrogance in the actual character, him as a human, but Iron Man, I think, has all the amazing powers. I actually have dreams quite often where I'm flying. I don't know what that means, but I would just be able to love to put on that suit and then just go right, and then just go. I have dreamt about becoming Iron Man. That's great.
For another one. Let's go, Dr. Cody. Next question. Let's do it. Describe yourself in 3 words only.
Okay. Oh, you're about to. There we go.
Oh, that's
you
sweet.
Get coming to say hello. He wanted to be part of it. Okay.
Let's be there. Let's be there. It's beautiful.
Okay, there you go. Mosby, you're a part of it too now, buddy. All right.
What's his name? What's his name?
Mosby. And he just needs a little hug in the morning. There we go.
Oh,
Good
that's
boy.
sweet.
Okay, so 3 words that would 3 words that would describe me. Let's see here. Driven.
Okay.
Generally just happy, like just a very positive person. Like that would be a good one. And the other one I think is a dog lover.
Good.
There we go. Just because of this one, right, buddy?
How old is he?
He's 7 years old. His birthday is actually a day after mine.
Which day is your birthday?
Yeah, so mine's the 17th of November and his is the 18th of November. We're both Scorpios.
My birthday is 17th of November.
No way.
My birthday
There
17th of November. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh my God.
There you
yes.
go.
Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio. I know very well about Scorpio. Wow.
We're either going to love each other or hate each other.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh my God, that's very interesting. Yeah, 17th of November. Right, Dr. Cody, let's get another question for you and for Gaspi as well. Dr. Cody, just before the next question, tell me what's the benefits of the cracking section?
Yeah, so I mean, chiropractic adjustments really just help the body and the spine to move properly again, and allowing the nervous system then to communicate with the rest of your body to and from the brain properly. So that's all we really do, is we try to restore kind of normal function back to the body.
I see. And how often people can do the cracking session? There is like a limit, or there is just when they feel? How does it work?
I mean, I get adjusted weekly. I've got another chiropractor at the clinic, Dr. Kelsey. She's amazing. So we trade adjustments every single week. But most of my patients probably come and see me about once every maybe 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how much pressure they're placing on their body throughout the weeks.
Okay, very interesting. What's the best parts and the worst parts of living in Australia, let's say in Sydney? The worst and the best parts.
Okay, the best part I think I mentioned before is it truly is the weather. I mean, it's so nice all the time. Except for winter now does get a little bit too chilly for my liking, but it's still about 10 degrees. So it's not too bad. The worst part, I would like to say that it's all the deadly creatures and that kind of thing, and the massive huntsman spiders, but that doesn't you don't ever encounter that, or at least very often. So the main thing I would probably say is the cost of living here. It is an exceptionally expensive city. Although are you in London?
In London, yes, very expensive. Yeah.
So we don't compare to London. London is probably worse. There's a few places in the world that are more expensive, but yes, Sydney is a fairly expensive city.
So interesting. I didn't know that actually. Very interesting. Another question. Okay, Dr. Cody, let's get another question for you. What's the most beautiful thing somebody have done for you?
Oh, I mean, amazing things all the time, right? I mean, I'm very fortunate in my life. One of the most amazing things is shortly after I met my current partner, he, for my birthday, took me to Fiji on a little holiday. So that was pretty special. It was a great time. I wish we could be in Fiji right now, let me tell you that. It would be wonderful, but we're in Australia for the foreseeable future. So yeah, that was really quite special.
Very good, very good. How long have you been together for?
About 3.5 years.
3.5 years, perfect. He's from Australia as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Are you enjoying the show so far, Dr. Cody?
Loving it. It's a bit early for me on a Sunday morning, but the coffee is working really well, so this is perfect. And I've got my little Mosby mug as well.
I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Let's go for another one. Dr. Cody, before the next question, if you could pick just one, like the most epic crack session you had, like because it was funny or because it was, I don't know, difficult, something interesting, that if you could pick up just one, which one would be, or most memorable one?
Yeah, so this was at the very beginning of my career. And I had a patient come in and she had never been adjusted before, and she was in her 50s. Never been adjusted before. And it was more like her reaction to this. Anyway, so she came in, I explained everything. She had some x-rays. We went through the x-rays, did the whole entire exam and the consults. Then finally came to the adjustment section of it. I adjusted her lumbar spine to her low back. And then I worked my way up and she was fine. Everything was fine. So then I get to her neck and I was pointing out her C5-6 on the right-hand side. And I was like, oh, remember on the x-ray how it was here? And then when we did the test, it correlated with that. So I'm going through and I was like, now these ones are just a little bit louder because they're closer to your ears. That's it. So I kind of snapped my fingers next to her ears and she was like, yeah, okay. And so I'm getting ready for it. And I go, do you want me to count down or just do it? And she goes, oh, just do it. And right then she relaxed perfectly. And so I gave her a nice big solid adjustment and it was like firecrackers. It was amazing. It was great. Nice loud crunches. Oh, it was beautiful. And all of a sudden, like in cartoons where like the eyes bug out of your head, they go like this and then also they suck back. That was her. She grabbed a hold of her head like this. Her eyes were like bugging out and she starts yelling. This is in an open plan adjusting. So there's other patients around as well. And she goes, Hilfa, Hilfa, Hilfa. She's yelling Hilfa. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I calm her down a little bit. I was like, no, that was really good. That was amazing. That was such a great adjustment. And then I was like, what does Hilfa mean? And she goes, oh, it means help in German. So she was yelling out help. And then she goes, I thought you ripped my head right off. It was the funniest reaction ever to date. That was oh, but then I asked her afterward, I was like, oh, but how does that feel now? And she's like moving around. She goes, oh, wow, but that feels so good. Yeah, it was so memorable. I wish that I would have been able to record that adjustment and that reaction. It was priceless.
Oh my God, that's funny. Great. Next question is that a dream you always had?
Like as in a dream to do something? Yeah. My dream is, my goal in life is to help as many people as I possibly can. And I think the way to do that is it's impossible for me to probably adjust everyone. Unfortunately, I would love to. I would love to crack every single spine out there. But ultimately, I know that there's limitations to what I can do, just me, one man. But my dream is to travel around the world and to talk about chiropractic and how it can possibly help them, and really just discuss this beautiful platform that I've been given, and to try to help more and more people to say, hey, you don't have to come and see me, but go see a chiropractor that's near you. Get help. Don't suffer in pain. Don't suffer by not feeling the best that you can be. So yeah, I would just love to be able to do that. And I definitely want to do a world crack tour whenever we can travel around the world again.
Please come to London, okay? Please come to London.
I will. I've got so many people that send me messages say, hey, come to London. So it is on my list.
Good. I will be there in the queue waiting for you, okay? I'll be in the queue line as a patient waiting.
Perfect.
Let's get another question. Right, let's get another question, Dr. Cody. Next question is, I think this one's going to be easy for you to answer. What are you most passionate about?
Oh, it really is about helping people. I absolutely, I love waking up every day and doing what I do. It just never gets old. And I mean, if we were to sum it down into one word, I just love cracking people. I really do. I love, healing people with my hands. I love helping. I love doing that. And sometimes it's even just, it's not necessarily they need an adjustment. Sometimes it's just, they just need someone to put their hand on their shoulder and say, hey, you're going to be okay. And it's a wonderful, wonderful superpower that I've been gifted to pass on to other people. Yeah, I'm up to here with fulfillment. It's amazing.
That's cool. That's cool. When I was watching your videos, of course, when you're recording it, you just recording when you do the action of cracking. But how long is the whole, since your patient, they arrive in the clinic, how long is the whole process, like to get there? And
yeah, guys, I mean, if it's a new patient, they're probably there for around 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the case.
Okay.
And how, like what's all involved. If it's for just kind of a regular follow-up, they can be anywhere from, 15 minutes all the way up to, 30, 40, 50 minutes. It depends on what I need to do for them for that particular treatment. And there's all sorts of different treatments. I mean, mainly you see me, just manually adjusting everyone, but I've got a whole slew of other things. We've got electric muscle stim, ultrasound, cupping, dry needling, broad spectrum light therapy. We use the Hill DT table for spinal decompression, SOT blocking. We do some stretching. We do some, even just manual massage. I do Graston technique. So there's a whole lot of other things that we do at the clinic that you don't necessarily see on my videos. But, someday I think we'll start incorporating more and more of those therapies into it so we can show you what else is out there.
Very good. Very good. Right, let's go for another one.
Yes.
Right, let's get another question. Right, which movie had a big influence on you?
Oh. I mean, maybe not necessarily an influence, but my favorite movie of all time is Shawshank Redemption. And I mean, there's lots of kind of nuances about that movie that still, it's, never giving up. I would say don't break out of prison, but certainly justice is important. And, I assume that a lot of people have probably seen the movie, but if you haven't, I don't want to be the spoiler.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a great movie. I've probably seen it about 20,000 times. It's great. It's ageless as well. So yeah, I love it. It's a great movie.
Do you remember when it came out? It's a long time. It's an old movie, or?
Oh yeah, Shawshank Redemption was back in, I don't even know, early 90s maybe?
Okay.
I'm guessing. Someone can correct me. That's a movie buff out there. Please correct me. It's all good. That's not my forte. Yes, it's a great movie.
Very good, very good. Another question for you. Okay, next question for you. Right, what's the biggest difference between you and your partner?
Oh, geez. Good thing he's in bed right now and probably not listening to this. No, Gray's an amazing man. He's an interior designer. So that's his thing. And he has an amazing detail, and he can just look around at a space and instantly visualize what it can be. He has this amazing ability to be able to do that, and he's so great at picking out all the details, and he's an amazing man. And I just don't have that. When we did the fit out for the current clinic, so that you see in my videos, it's beautiful, and there's a stunning space. And we really wanted people to feel quite nice when they went into this space. Like, there's not kind of this sterile, clinical 1970s linoleum and a feel to it. We wanted it to feel like you were walking into Tom Ford's living room. Like, we wanted it to feel very nice and luxurious. And it's also a reflection of maybe the level of service that I provide as well. And when we first looked at the space where it is, it was just this massive, huge, big, open space. And I couldn't wrap my mind around how we were going to make this happen. Oh, there's Mosby again for you. So yeah, it was quite amazing for him to be able to see it and then go, yep, okay, we can make this work. We can do this over here. So he actually had to put it into a program and three-dimensionally build the whole clinic. We worked through it, and then I could see it. But yeah, he has this amazing innate ability to see beyond nothing, and that's pretty special.
That's amazing. Very good, very good. You're talking about him. I can see some hearts coming out of your head. Like,
yeah, they're floating all around.
Yeah. Dr. Cody, I have 3 questions left for you, okay? Let's do it.
All right.
Next question is, what is the weirdest food combination you ever tried?
It's not really necessarily a food combination, just the weirdest food that I think I've ever tried. This is back when I was living in Minneapolis, and a very good friend of mine, Dan Wu, who is no longer with us, but rest in peace. He took me to this Chinese restaurant, and I tried chicken feet.
Okay.
Not my favorite thing in the world. I don't know what I was expecting. You know, normally when you look at chicken feet, you're like, oh, that's absolutely disgusting. And all it is kind of this weird scaly kind of skin over these, you know, little claw things. And I mean, I know anatomy really well, but it never occurred to me as well that there's going to be all these little tiny bones in there. So I grabbed a hold of the chicken feet, put it into my mouth, and I was like, what is this? It's oily, it was greasy, and then it was like drippy, and then there's like these little phalanges everywhere, these little bones everywhere, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was picking out these little bones, and it was just weird. I just can't eat chicken feet. I just don't get it.
I'll tell you something I tried as well when I was a time that you make me remember now. I tried as well. It's not very present. Yeah, that's for sure.
Not at all.
2 questions left, okay? Let's do it. Right, let's get another question for you. What's the first thing usually you think about when you wake up?
Oh geez, usually when the alarm goes off, I'm usually like, snooze. Just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes of just deep, nice sleep. That's probably the first thing I think about. And then usually I hit the snooze, but then when I do wake up, I do go on my phone right away and check social media. But then, I sit in bed and, Mosby's there and my partner's there, and it's just lovely to take it in each morning.
Sure. Are you a day person or a night person, more or less?
Well, I don't mind early mornings. Like, this is fine. I actually quite like getting up in the morning and being productive, and then you feel like you've accomplished something. And usually I'm in bed by about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, every night anyway, because I really do enjoy sleep. I get really good deep sleep. I need about 8 hours a night. So definitely not a night owl. And my friends can probably attest to this. As soon as, it gets a little bit later in the evening, I usually make a mad dash out there, stage exit left, see ya, going to bed. So yeah, I'm much more of a morning person.
Very good, very good. Dr. Cody, ready for the last one?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Last question is, what gives you butterflies?
I don't really necessarily, I suppose I don't really have anything that comes to mind automatically. I guess nerves really is what butterflies kind of mean, right? I don't really necessarily get stage fright, but I do have an upcoming event, a conference that I'm actually speaking at, and I always want to do such a good job and instill all these words of wisdom to as many people as possible, and to hopefully inspire some and maybe work together in the future, whatever it is. So, I do get a little bit of butterflies thinking about it, because, I always want to help and do as good of a job as I possibly can. So that's probably the time where, already thinking in advance, I was like, I'm probably going to get butterflies thinking about that, even the days and weeks leading up to it. And then, the hours leading up to going on stage and talking to all these amazing people out there. That does give me butterflies a little bit.
Very good, very good. Okay, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the quick thinking game. So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking. Ready?
All right, well, do my best.
Okay, let's start with politics.
US Trump.
Okay. How about money?
Car.
Okay. Love?
Gray.
Family?
Mom.
Oh, life?
I like your reaction, like, oh.
I know. Because
I'm a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the next one? Life, right?
Yeah.
Happiness.
Sex?
Good.
Religion?
I was going to say, like, not my cup of tea.
Okay. Fear?
Scared.
Friendship?
Love.
Desire?
Want.
Regrets?
Sorry.
Okay. Success?
Influence.
Oh, good one. Happiness?
Here, I'll even show you on this one.
Oh.
We'll say Mosby makes me happy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He's the epitome of happiness.
That's beautiful. Wish?
Dreams.
Right. And if I say chiropractor, what comes to your mind? One word.
Power.
And the last one, crack session.
Laugh. Love. All of it.
Very good, very good. Okay, Dr. Cody, let's play now Dr. Cody and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Okay, Dr. Cody, you can ask me a question now.
All right, so clearly during this session, you like dancing a lot. And I dance like a white boy. So I can't. You're like, yeah, I agree with that, right? I saw the face. You were like, yeah, you're just gonna like little hopping over here. So, when do you remember the first time that you danced and it brought so much joy to you? Because I can see you love it. So when was that first time that you were like, oh, this is so great?
It's the first time someone asked this question. I love it. I love it. I love it. and the answer is going to be very easy because you're right. Actually, dance for me is like a therapy. You know, today I was talking. I had one of the guests today, and we were talking about dancing, and I told him that for me, dance is like a therapy. It's like good for your soul, for your mindset, for everything. I think when you dance, you forget about everything. You are there in this moment to express yourself. But answer to your question, the first time I remember easily. Do you remember when Lambada came out? Lambada, I don't know if you remember Lambada, when this exploded worldwide, this Brazilian dance called Lambada. Do you remember or not?
Oh, I
no.
don't remember.
Oh, I forgot you're a white boy. I
I know. I don't know.
Anyway, so if you ask your Brazilian friend, he knows for sure. So Lambada is like a Brazilian music that explodes in the beginning of the 80s, let's say. So when I was like 7 years old, I never forget, they had this competition in my hometown. It was a very small town. So they had this competition, and you dance with a couple. Yeah, there's like a couple. You cannot do it on your own. And I remember that competition. I remember my partner, we were dancing together, and it's very powerful. It's kind of very moving. And I was like, that day, it's the day of, oh my God, that's something that's actually I could do. I could be a dancer or something because I loved it. That was the moment when I realized how. Actually, it's a good question because I realized now how much I appreciate dancing, like moving yourself, like express yourself through a movement. That point. When I look back now, that point, when I was like 7 years old, more or less, when that happened, I remember now. Good answer, good question. I love it. Yeah, very good. Did you have a good time?
That's like, my passion is helping people, cracking people, and I think that it shows in my social media. I mean, I think when you see my Instagram and my TikTok, I love it, and I hope that that's conveyed, and I hope that people feel part of it. And I think that now spending, this, 40 minutes with you so far, you can see that you're very passionate about that as well, and socializing and speaking with people and learning more about people. But it's also, you've incorporated your other passion into it, which is moving your body and music, and there you go. And it's in you. You can't deny it. This is what you were meant to do, and it's amazing. It's so great to see. It's so great to see someone envelope that inside of themselves and then share it with others. And that's what I try to tell everyone to do, is find what that is. Find that passion. Find what makes you tick. What just has all these beautiful, amazing memories, and then harness that and share it with everyone else. Because there's no use in bottling it up and keeping it inside. Let it out.
Oh my God,
there you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That's my words of wisdom that in my short time on earth here, I hope that I can share with the rest of the world is, I just want people to be just as passionate as I am about what I do.
It's very interesting. My God, thank you very much. My God, you just made my entire week saying something like that. Thank you so much. But it's interesting saying that now, Dr. Cody, because if somebody would ask me, like, let's say 2 years ago, William, what's your passion in life? What do you like to do? I wouldn't have an answer for. Like, genuinely, I wouldn't have an answer for. But since March last year, the first lockdown, that's what I want to do for life, And I've got other projects as well connected with this one. But it's just like, it's so powerful, as you say. When I was watching your videos as well, I was telling you, I think people enjoy more watching your reaction than the other people, because you just like blowing up. I can see, like, you're so like expressive of what you do, It's, as you said, I think when people do what they love to do, when they meant to do, as you said before, I think there's no, people, even if they don't know you, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the reaction. They're gonna feel the energy. I totally agree with you. I just hope you had a good time. I just hope I made your day different. I just hope that, thanks so much for being so sweet and wake up Sunday morning so early for the interview.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. And just before you go, if you don't mind to share a positive quote, a positive message, something that inspires you in life.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just kind of, and kind of talked on that is, I want everyone out there, and it doesn't matter if you found your passion at 7 years old or if you found it at, 97 years old, is once you can identify that, share it with the world. This is, if being in lockdown around the world in a pandemic has taught us anything, it's that we still want to feel connected to the rest of the world. And the way to do that is to share what you're passionate about.
Very good. Very good. Look, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Cody, all the best. Okay, all the best for you. Take care.
Right.
Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.